Hi, welcome to RoseOpalKnits, our crafty podcast.
This is episode 55, and I'm Daphne.
And I'm Erica, and we are a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo from Delaware. And today is February 28th, the last day of the month. So hey, how you doing? Welcome. If you are returning, we appreciate you so much, and we're so glad that you're here again with us. And if you are new, we hope that you stick around and you enjoy what you see and consider subscribing. So we do have a couple things to discuss today. We're going to give the details of our upcoming Scrappy sock mal, and we're going to give some podcast shout outs. Excuse me. But those will be at the end. So right now we're just going to go ahead and hop into the crafty goodness because that's what everyone is here for. And I have two finished objects.
We're going to talk about what we're wearing first, though.
Yep, we are.
They're both finished objects, though, so
yes.
It goes into it.
Yes, that's
basically.
True. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first or me?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, we're both wearing shawls, if you guys can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
But, so mine is a modified Humlebi shawl by Fiber Tales. So, that's the bottom. And it's really hard. How do you show shawls? I don't make these, you guys.
The hair hanging off of it.
Yeah, there's always hair on them. But anyways, so this pattern actually calls for a DK weight yarn. And I didn't have that, but I really wanted to make the shawl. So I used the main color, which is this bottom color, is A to Z alpacas. I think it's mocha is the color. It was from my brother from Christmas, and it's a fingering weight yarn. And then the mohair is Hobby Diablo in, I think that's mocha too. I don't know, it's a brown. I think it's mocha though, but I could be wrong. And it's modified more because I did not have enough yarn to knit two pattern. So it has way less stitches. She did the math for that one twice. And then I skipped the zigzag section under these bees. So the bees are there. I almost took out the lace, but then I was like, it needed the lace. And then I added mohair, which pattern does not call for stripes in it either. So it's probably like half the size of the actual shawl pattern. But it is done. And I did it on a US 7.
So you had one skein of the alpaca.
Yes.
And then you started knitting, you modified the numbers because you wanted to be able to knit the shawl out of the one skein.
Yep.
But then once she was knitting, she was worried she was going to run out of the alpaca. So that's why she put it in, the stripes of mohair.
Yeah.
Well, I think it turned out very pretty.
I like it.
And it just goes to show how you can take a pattern and change it up to fit your needs.
Oh, I forgot to say. I was right above the bees. So like right there. Under the lace, above the bees last time. So
last time you showed it?
Yep. I'd only shown it one other time though, which was like when I casted it on.
Was that in January? That was in January, right?
Maybe. Yeah, because I casted it on for the We Share Needles.
Shalalong.
Shalalong.
Shalalong. Yeah.
However you say it. It's on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can go on their thing if you want to see it. So that's done.
So, and I am wearing my Noah shawl by Devin Ventry. And I said last episode that I was going to have it finished. And I do. So it's gigantic.
Look, you got hair too.
This is where I started. And last episode... Oh, where is it? There it is. I was right here. So over the last 2 weeks, I added... Oh, there's another hair. Oh, my goodness. I added that. And here's the end.
It kind of looks like a mermaid tail.
Kind of. But like lopsided mermaid tail.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. So, and I really love it. Most of the yarn is willow tree yarn. I guess I could point out the yarns that aren't from willow tree yarn. That might be the easiest. So this right here is was a mini skein from Yarnberry, And this was a full skein from Queen City Yarns that I used in my Sunset Highway. This one right here was a 50-gram skein that I got from Alice and Pip called Tiger Lily. This little thin section right there was from Beachy Breeze Fibers called Tranquility. I actually ordered it from the Crazy Sock Lady shop. This was from Amy of Noble Character Crafts. This is Spectacular Yarns. That was an Advent colorway from like 2 years ago. And there's that Alice and Pip yarn. I used it again right here. And the Queen City yarn, I used it again. So I did repeat some of the colorways. And but all the rest of the yarns are Willow Tree yarn. And I just really love it. So I will tell you a couple of things about this shawl. What did I want to say? I used a US size 6 needle, and I followed it mostly. I followed the shape completely.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah.
And there were a couple of bobble sections. I left those out. I don't like to do bobbles. Daphne thinks I'm crazy, but I just don't like to do them. They are cute. I love the look of them. I don't like to knit them.
Oh, I learned how to knit backwards doing the Humlebi shawl. So instead of having to turn the shawl around to knit back for the bobbles, I learned how to knit backwards. So my project never changed sides other than like when I had to go to the next row. So when I was doing the bobble rows, it wasn't like flip back and forth. It was just knit backwards and then go back. So I also figured out how to do that, so it's way easier. So.
Well, I omitted the bobble rows because I just didn't want to do them. So there's more just, plain garter stitch rows in this shawl than there would have been, because I think I omitted 3 bobble rows. And one other thing. Oh, I know what it was. I flip-flopped these 2 sections. This kind of like blended section here was supposed to go here, and this skinny stripe section was supposed to go there. But other than that, I didn't make any other changes except for here at the end. I left off 22 rows. I decided that it was plenty big enough, and I had just enough of this final color here that I decided that I didn't need to keep going, so I bound off. And this final color was from a full skein of Willow Tree yarn. It's on her sock base, 7525, and it is called Aquamarine. And so that's going to go, it's probably become a pair of socks or something. But I ended up using a total of, I wrote it down, 321 grams of yarn. So just a little over 3 full skeins. But I love it, and I just steam blocked it. It was already gigantic enough, and the steam blocking opened the lace up more. It was, pretty open before, but anyway. All right, I'm gonna stop holding it up. All right, so what other finished objects do you have?
We'll go with this one first.
All right.
Hold on, it's inside out. I've worn this like 2 times, maybe 3. I don't remember. But anyways, so this is snagged.
Oh, it is snagged.
The mohair is snagged.
Oh, that made our lighting go woo.
Anyways, so this is Augustin number 4, which is a vest with a little peplum basically, and I-cords on it. So it's a little funny shaped. It looks like just a little block, but it's a vest, and then it has like a little skirt at the bottom. But anyways, so I knit the medium size. I think I might have knit the small, but it is supposed to be a chunky yarn, like Aran chunky. So I used Barocco Ultra Wool DK as the main color. So the dark blue is that, and then The mohair is 2 strands of Hobby Diablo in the color gray blue, I think. Steel blue is the color. But so 2 strands of that to get this. And I used a 13 for the I-cords and a 15 for the body of this. So, and it took me, I think, 5 days to knit. So.
Are you going to tell them about the neckline?
Oh yeah, the neckline doesn't fit. But I mean, I said I've worn it already. So you're supposed to sew these together when you weave in all your ends.
Which she did.
I did, and that's why there's extras right there. But I actually saw RO Knits. She's on Instagram and YouTube. She is a podcaster. She says when she weaves in her ends, she leaves these ones out, just little tails, so she can tell the front and the back from her sweaters without having to think about it. And I'm like,
small tails too.
I never thought about that.
I've made comments before about how closely you cut yours. Yeah.
I never thought about it, but anyways, so she leaves the little tails at the back so she knows the front and the back. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so these are supposed to be woven together basically, and it didn't fit when I did that, so I undid it.
Could not get it over her head.
I undid it, and then I just wove them back in and just left it open. So. Mm-hmm. But it's fine. It's cute.
I just have to. She wore it the other day.
Yeah. Look at this mohair snag. Like, what is that? You can't even see it. It's okay. I'll fix it. But anyways, so that's that. Mm-hmm. It's really cute. I wear it now with this gray shirt. This is like an at-home gray shirt, but I have another gray shirt with long sleeves.
At-home gray shirt.
that I wear under it, and I like it a lot. So that's pretty comfy.
All right, and I have a second finished object. This is the second of 2. But it's Mary Rose's tunic top. Oh, I forgot to put the marker back in where it was. I know where it was. I was right in the middle of this orange section last episode. And it is finished. And she loves it. She wanted to wear it today, but I said, no, we have to show it on the podcast first. Do you mind holding it?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I wasn't even thinking. I never do.
So I used Yarn Bee Fresco Fiber in 3 different colors, lilac, tangerine, and chambray. Daphne had given this to me last year. She pulled it out of her stash. I put it in my stash. And then I decided to put the 3 colors together for something for Mary Rose. And I used all but 75 grams of yarn to knit this. I had 7 grams of tangerine left, 30 grams of the chambray left, and 38 grams of the lilac left. I don't know why there's such a discrepancy between the lilac and the chambray, because I knit the exact same rows for both of those colors, but maybe the tails I left and stuff.
Maybe, but still, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, well, and what else did I want to say about this? Oh, I knit it on a US 7, all of it except for the edging around the armholes and around the neck. I used a US 5. I didn't follow the pattern exactly. It has a what's it called?
What do you mean?
Like they do them at the edge of shawls. Picot. It had a picot edging down at the bottom that you would have knit and then rolled up and tacked down. I didn't want to do that when I cast on, because you cast on at the bottom. So this was my January 1st cast on, my New Year cast on. So I just did garter stitch. And so the gauge for the pattern was 22 stitches to 28 rows for 4 inches, and my final gauge on this is 22 stitches by 26 and a half rows. So it was knitting up shorter than it should have, because I was a 1.5 rows off for the row gauge. However, I have a feeling that the child that modeled the tunic in the picture was probably wearing a size that was bigger than her. So I knit the size 6 to 8 years for my 5-year-old daughter, who is on the taller side, I think, for children. She normally wears between a 6, 7, and an 8, whether it's, 6 is more fitted and then 8 is baggy. But so I cast it on for the 6 to 8 year size, and it would have fit her, but it wouldn't have fit like the picture. Instead of a tunic, it would have been more like a peplum top, and actually a short one. I had Daphne, go over the measurements with me. So what I ended up doing was I did add, I think it was a 1/2 inch to this skirt part, 4 inches to the torso, and 1 inch to the chest area. And now it fits her loosely, and she can grow into it. So, and I'm really happy with that because I did use most of the yarn as well. And this fresco fiber from Hobby Lobby, I think, is discontinued because they don't have any more of it in the store. But it was fine to knit with. It's a cotton acrylic blend, but there were so many knots in the balls that I just didn't enjoy that. What's so funny?
You.
Oh,
just talking about the yarn.
Yeah. So that's
the yarn is super soft, but the fact
super soft.
It's probably the cotton that I didn't like about it.
Maybe.
I didn't know it had cotton in it.
Yeah, it's a cotton acrylic blend. So there's that.
All right.
You have more finished.
Yeah, I have 4 more. So these are all toys though. So there's 2 more gnomes. These are the girl gnomes though. So instead of doing a beard, I did not knit. I braided yarn. This is never not gnoming, just
modified.
Yeah, just without a beard. I saw someone post a picture with their gnomes having braids, and I was like, I need that for the girls instead. So this one's Paisley's, and this one is Mary Rose's. They chose their own colors. So these are them. And this is the large size knit on a US 5 with Swish DK. I don't remember all the colors. I have a whole bunch of them. So, but we do have Ravelry pages. Yeah. And mine is completely up to date. So everything's on there for colors and everything. So, and Paisley ripped off her arm. So it was sewn down, but I'm not fixing it. And her nose. Like, what is that?
Mary Rose ripped off an arm. So.
Yeah, and then I was able to fix it. I just have to fix Paisley's. So these are their gnomes.
Very cute.
They're cute.
But they play with them. They
yeah,
use them
they're
as
dirty.
toys.
So, and Paisley's 1.5, so extra dirty. But then I was watching Sweet Pea and Chickadee, and Brooke is crocheting now. Brooke is the daughter, if you guys don't watch.
And she used to just be there for comedic
entertainment.
Yeah, but now she crochets.
But yeah, so now she crochets, and she was showing her projects, and it was a baby dinosaur. It is Bunnies and Yarn number 5 dinosaur crochet pattern. I got it on Etsy. I think that's all it's on, but I don't know. It's on Etsy that I got it. But this is him. And, okay, he is not sewn together right because I don't know how to line up crochet stitches. But this is him. This is Holden's.
Super cute.
This is Holden's, and he is supposed to represent Reptar. And he is Reptar because Holden's online gaming name was Reptar, like his first one. So this is baby Reptar, you guys, and he is super cute. I have to go back. He wants a little purple tongue because if you don't know, Reptar from Rugrats is what I'm talking about. And he has a purple tongue with the little red eyes. So, and he's super cute. He is his new gaming buddy, is what he said. He had it sitting on his desk.
Oh my goodness. So is this the Swish DK as well?
Yeah, this is Swish DK too. This one is in pea pod, and the blue is Arctic. That I know for sure. So, but this is Reptar. And I bought the eyes on Amazon. I bought a whole pack of them with different sizes and different colors. But yeah, this is Reptar.
He's
it was
super
done
cute.
on a 3.5 hook. So. And then the second one, Mason saw Reptar and was like, and he was so excited. And then he asked for a big one. So I went to Michael's yesterday and I bought yarn to make a big one. This guy's name is Platypus because I thought he looked like a platypus doing him yesterday. So I decided to name him Platypus. So now Mason will yell platypus too. So it's really funny. But anyway, so this is him. And I think this was done on a 11mm hook. And the yarns are Loops and Thread Chanel Home, which is like that velvety blanket yarn.
It's like velour.
I don't remember the green color, but this is blush and this is peacock. So, and to stuff him, I bought yarn to crochet 2 of them. I thought, and I did not. I did not have enough yarn to crochet 2, so the rest of the yarn is on the inside. That's what's holding him together. So he is pretty dense and very heavy for a stuffed animal.
He is very heavy. I accidentally dropped him on the floor and he was like, boom.
But hey, that means he'll sit up by himself.
So when Brooke crocheted hers, she crocheted a big one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She did like the same idea. So this is like, but all in one color, I think. So, and hers was super cute too. But I didn't want to save the yarn either because I was like, I don't know what I'll do with it. So I was like, it's going inside. So it's on the inside. So he's a very heavy stuffed animal that's not, he is squishy. He's already dirty. You can feel it. We gave him to Mason. Well, it's for Mason and Paisley and Theo, so this is him. His name is Platypus, and I like him a lot.
All right, is that your...
That's all my finished objects.
All right, so we're going to go into works in progress. All right, so works in progress. I have 2 cross stitch and 1 knitting. I'll start with my cross stitch. So this month for Whip Go, 2 numbers were called, or the month of February, 2 numbers were called that were new starts for me. So I don't have before pictures to pop in. The first one I worked on is by Silver Creek Samplers, Winterful Friends. And this is what I got done. So my goal for Whip Go this year is when a project number is called, I give it 5 days. And there's no specific amount of time on that day. It's just however much time I can give it at that moment. So if it's 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes, but that counts as a day. If it's an hour and 15 minutes, then that counts as a day too. I actually gave this one 6 days of, different amount of time. So I think I had a frog once. But this fabric is Charles Craft. It's a 28 count Monaco, I think. And it was dyed by me. And I will tell you the colors. Oh, thanks, Daphne. So I'm not using the called for colors. I just pulled colors from my stash. And here they are. I actually think I pulled one out. No, I didn't. But real quick. So this is Forbidden Fiberco Chalkboard. Color in Cotton Woolen. Color in Cotton Lima Bean. Eek. Color in Cotton Balsam. Color in Cotton Bronze. And DMC 838. And these will, all those will be listed below in the description box where we have notes. And then the other project that was called.
Are you done with this one?
Oh yeah, thanks,
okay.
Daphne.
I was like, I still had it.
Sorry. The other project that was called was this one. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to hold it up there for you to see. And I gave this one 5 days. Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm like, where is it? Here it is. That's what I got done. Every time I worked on this one, I had to frog. Like, I don't know what it was about this one, but I was telling Daphne, I think maybe it was because they're blocks of color and I just felt confident, like I knew where they were supposed to go. So I wasn't, really giving it the attention that I needed to. And then I would get to a certain point and I'd go, that's wrong. So then I'd have to frog back and redo it. So it doesn't, you know, look like I got much done because I had to redo every section. You hold that up? Thanks.
Yeah, like every other time I would come up, she's like, I have to frog again. I'm like, what?
So here are the colors. These are the called for colors of the pattern. They are all DMC. Excuse me. I'm not going to go through each number. They will be listed down in the description box and on the pattern. But there they are. However, I decided that it would be fun to make two of the gnomes, personalize two of the gnomes, one as Daphne and one as me. So then I pulled these two colors, Daphne and me. And then after I made that decision, I looked at the pattern, and it's one person short of our household of family members. So I am going to take out these two flowers here and put in another one of these little gnomes, and with a different shirt color, and each gnome is going to be personalized to a member of our family. So
there's going to be a couple green guys.
Yeah.
Because some of the guys' favorite color is green.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so everyone's getting a personalized color, but you'll see that as it progresses through the years. Both of those projects are on my WhipGo board again, so they will get pulled out again, but they did not get called for March. And as a matter of fact, both numbers that were called for March are the same project, and it's a new start again. So I will work on that new start for 10 days in March, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, I forgot to tell you that this fabric is 32 count French Country Mocha Lugana.
We got a lot of the mocha color going on. They're all different shades, so too.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so I'm going to talk about a sock. So this is my sock. The ice cream is where it was. And these are both willow tree yarns. So the yellow is actually from a rainy day sock set that I got. It's just the mini that came with it. And then the main color is Lollipop. It is a vanilla sock, so 1x1 rib, heel flap and gusset with the slip stitches, and then a wedge toe. And done on a US 1.5. They are for me. And this is one of the socks that I started right before Christmas when I decided I need to cast on a bunch of socks. It's in my Mountain State Stitches bag. That matches it, in my opinion. So, and then these are just the yarns. So.
And they're both willow tree, you said?
Yeah, they're both willow tree. Just one's from the sock set and one's Lollipop. So, but.
So since we have a two-color sock
like,
in front of us right now, this is when we will discuss our upcoming Scrappy Sock Mal.
Yes.
So we are going to host a Scrappy Sock Mal on Instagram, and you're going to use the hashtag ROK Scrappy Sock Mal, and we say Mal because you could crochet socks.
Yeah.
That's fine. Crochet or knit them. They just have to have 2 or more colors. So. Yep. And we just have the one, we're just going to have the one hashtag, and you don't have to finish your socks to be eligible to win a prize. You can't have a whip. So you cast on the first day of the Scrappy Sock Mal, and then you just work on them, post pictures, as you make progress, and then you'll be eligible for a prize. Mm-hmm. We're going to pull 2 prizes from that hashtag, and the start date is March 15th, and it'll go to May 15th. So we'll pull prizes on May 16th. Mm-hmm. Is that it?
I think that's it. So basically, I have a toe and a cuff. You could just do one or the other, or you can just make a stripe.
Yeah.
As long as it has 2 colors
or more. Mm-hmm.
Or more.
See that basket right back there on my shelf? That is all scraps. And so I plan on casting on socks.
I have a bag. I have bags in my Scrappy bin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I plan on having them all done. That is my goal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many bags I have. I think I have at least 5.
So if you have a sock set that's brand new, you've never used it, it's 100 grams of fingering weight yarn and a 20-gram mini. You can still join the Scrappy sock along. You just have to include both of those colors in your sock.
Yeah.
So we're going to use scraps, but if you don't have any scraps, like if you don't keep scraps, if you don't have any scraps, that's not a problem. You just have to have 2 or more colors. And the start date is March 15th and the end date is May 15th. And all the information for that will be in the description box below. All right. So I have a knitting whip.
I only have one more too.
So I had said at the beginning of the year that I was going to work on my Christmas sweater on the week that the 25th, every month, the week that the 25th falls on. So this month, I was so focused on finishing my Noah shawl and my bandwidth tunic that I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then the 25th hit, and I was like, well, said I was going to do it. So I told Daphne, I'm just going to knit on it for one day. I ended up knitting on it for 3 days. Not the 3 full days, but just, at different points for 3 days. And here, let me tell you what the pattern is first. It's out of this book. And here it is. My notes. There it is. And here is mine. So the last time I showed it, I had just finished a ball of yarn here on the body. And I said I was going to start on the sleeve. So I did. I started on this sleeve and I started and I got 5 rounds in, and then I hated the way this looked where I'd picked up my stitches under the arm. So I ripped it all back and started over again. I'm not having any luck. But I made it that far, and I'm happy with it. I don't know. I don't mind knitting sleeves, but I am following the decreases in the book. And all my yarns are Barocco Ultra DK. The green is pine. The red is sour cherry. And I always forget what this is called. Snow? No. Cream?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Just white?
White. No, I don't think it's white. Yeah.
Ivory. It's something super basic, and then we always overthink it.
Yeah.
I think it might be ivory.
So the pattern,
That's my guess.
the color work is 5 different colors, but I modified it for 3. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Oh, I'm knitting it currently on a US 7. I knit the color work with a US 8, and I think the cuffs will be in a US 6. Molly Klein design bag. All right,
my last one is in my new Mountain State Stitches bag that I just got.
Very pretty.
It is super pretty. I did get a sweater size bag this time. And the inside is really cute too. Her insides are always really cute. And it also has 3 pockets on the other side, but they have stuff in them. So, but anyways, so I started, look, it's curling, the Montrealer for my cousin who lives in Alabama. So this is it. And I'm still in the raglan, so it's hard to show. But I'm not striping it to pattern. He wanted it striped more like my second Tecumseh that I finished in like September. So I just followed the counts for these stripes. So I'm not too far. I'm knitting the medium size, and it's on, not Swish, Knit Picks Mighty Stitch is what it is. So that's the tag. The green is alfalfa, the pink is bubblegum, and the gray is ash. And I don't even know if there's anything else to say about it other than the needle size, actually. Hold on. It is on a US 9. So, but my goal, okay, so I probably won't have it as a fully finished object because I'm gonna go down and not finish the body or the sleeves, but have it done before I go to Alabama in April. So, You'll see it almost finished, and then I'll have pictures of it finished.
That's the plan.
After that. So, but yeah.
It's very soft.
It is. I like it. It's
What's the yarn again?
Mighty Stitch. It's wool acrylic, so it's 80% acrylic, 20% superwash. But I prefer Lion's Brand for myself because it has more of a woolly feel, and then it's like more, what's the word? It's more structured than this one. This one's like very loose and very drapey. So I don't know. I like the structureness of the woolies. But it's the same makeup as Mighty Stitch. They just feel completely different. And I think I prefer woolies over Mighty Stitch. So, but yeah.
All right.
That's all I have.
So that's all the works in progress we have. Should we do the, let's talk about the podcast now.
Okay.
So we used to do podcast shout outs, but we haven't in a long time. And I think it was last week, I was watching FlossTube, which if you don't know what FlossTube is, it's a cross stitch on YouTube. And the FlossTuber gave a shout out to another FlossTuber. She said that she was trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by her birthday and to go check her out. And so I did. I went and checked her out and I subscribed. And but this specific this specific FlossTuber, in case you want to go check her out, her name is, I wrote it down. Sarah King, Our Stitching Kingdom. And she is one of 3 women who are in charge of the Under 1,000 Subscribers Club. Under 1,000 Subs Club. So it's something the FlossTubers do. They promote FlossTubers that have under 1,000 subscribers. And she was talking about how, you know, they're trying to build community, not have competition, and how just to, for whatever reason, the algorithm doesn't pick up specific channels, just to give a shout out to these people. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's the whole reason we started FlossTube, was to build a community and to meet other talented, you know, crafters and makers, and just, you know, enjoy the podcasting social media atmosphere. And so I wanted to mention 2 new, well, one's a new podcast, but the podcaster is not new to me. And then the other one, actually neither of the women are new to me. Let me tell you what the podcast is. So the first one I want to talk about is Dog Mom Knits, and that's Amanda. Hi, Amanda. So I first met Amanda of Dog Mom Knits last summer. We were in the same summer sock camp VIP group, and so we were in a Discord group together, and we Zoomed together with Kay, the crazy sock lady who hosts the summer sock camp. And she was writing her first sock pattern at that time. I think she might only still have the one pattern out. But anyway, then I found out that she had started her podcast. And so I, of course, went and subscribed and started watching. She has 3 episodes out now. And she just reached 100 subscribers. And so I think you should go check her out. She also did Vlogmas, and I didn't even know she had a channel at that time, so I didn't watch. But she knits a lot of socks. And she hasn't tackled garments yet. She says they kind of scare her. Anyway, so go check her out. You might, you know, like what you see, and consider subscribing as well. Also, her husband's a bag maker. I think he's called the guy who sews, or the guy that sews. So,
that's funny.
And the other one is Christina of Serenity in Stitches. And Christina's been leaving comments. She's been interacting in the comment section of our podcast for a while now. And I know that she mentioned she had a podcast before, and I made a little note on a piece of paper next to where I sit when we homeschool, like to check out her podcast. And then I don't know where that note went, and I never checked out her podcast. So then she left another comment recently, and I said, thought to myself, that's right, Christina has a podcast. So I went and I checked it out, and she has 18 episodes and a couple other like extra episodes. And I went back to episode 12 because that was like at the end of December, and I watched all from 12 to 18. And she shows a lot of crochet and knitting, and she has a lot of yarn, and she actually even has like a craft room like makeover video on her channel. So you should go check her out too. She is just over, I think, 300 subscribers, and she's hoping to get to 500 subscribers to get to the community tab so she can interact in the community. And so what did I want to say about her? Oh, Christina does record her videos vertically. So I know that some people don't like to watch vertically recorded videos, but so I just wanted to say that. So anyway, check out Dog Mom Knits and Serenity and Stitches, and you might enjoy the podcast. That's the great thing about the podcasts on YouTube. There are so many. So and the smaller ones you might never come across. So that's all I have to say about that. So.
All I have is this to show.
Okay.
So, Tracy from Grizzly Knits posted in her story like 5 days ago, something like that. And she's just like, does anyone want to do a yarn swap? So I was like, yeah, of course. I like bright colored sock yarn. So I was like, yes. So these are what she was giving away. They are yarn berries. I don't know which month. I don't think it says on the tags. But this is Summer Vibes, and this is Grape Crush. So I got these,
very pretty.
And I sent her yarn. And then she also sent this cute little progress keeper. It's a little bunny. It's called Cottontail. It's super cute. And I want to put it on something now. So, but I don't know. I like the bright colors for socks. So, and she wanted more neutral colors. So I had a couple. So I sent her a picture, and she chose which ones she wanted. So
it was funny because Daphne said that she was doing this yarn exchange with Tracy, and Tracy of Grizzly Knits is someone that I consider a friend. And so, we message back and forth with each other and everything. And I said, oh, let me throw some things in the package for Tracy that I had, just kind of set aside and knew I'd send to her eventually. I just hadn't yet. So it presented itself like with the opportunity at the moment. And I think I was like even exhausted, and Daphne's like, come on, let's just do this now.
Well, okay, I was leaving in the morning to go to my parents' house.
Early,
so I was like, I want to do it tonight, so just give it to me, and I will do it for you.
Then I was like, no, I have to write the note and everything. But anyway, so it got sent to Tracy. Well, then Daphne told Tracy that she had taken it to the post office, and it was on her way. And Tracy had said that she had slipped a little bit extra in there for me, so there's my name. And she sent along this very pretty progress keeper and these gorgeous minis.
That one's Purple Rain.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of these are in her shop,
yeah.
So I figured I'd tell you the names too.
Aren't they so pretty? So thank you, Tracy. And is that it? Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
that's it.
I have some acquisitions.
Oh.
So I went out one day and I hit the Hobby Lobby and our local yarn store, the Yarn Maven, and I picked up this ball of Yarn Bee Scrub.
I thought you didn't like that.
I don't.
Then
so
why did, what?
Okay, so my sister-in-law, we're getting together for her birthday, and I had given her a knitted dishcloth. She loves knitted dishcloths. I had given her one as part of her little Christmas gift that had like a corner of the dishcloth with the scrubby yarn. And she was like, oh, I think it would be nice to have a full dishcloth out of the scrubby yarn. And I was like, well, it's probably never going to happen because I don't like knitting with it. But then I decided that I would get a ball and knit her at least one full scrubby dishcloth. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So these actually, the dishcloths are actually going to go on the needles soon, like probably tomorrow, so I can make sure I have at least one done by the time I see her with her gift. And so that's what I'm going to do. This color is Alfresco. So. And then from the Yarn Maven, Sweater Freak. She's Sweater Freak on Ravelry and Instagram, and I forget her name, but she came out with a hat pattern, colorwork hat pattern and cowl, and I forget the name of that. It'll go across the screen. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to have that hat pattern, so I purchased it. And then her hat is knit out of 2 different colorways of Malabrigo Rios. Yeah, Rios. But I bought this one. Excuse me. It's called Siri, I guess. And but then I'm pairing it with Barocco Ultra Wool in this dark brown. Because I love Barocco Ultra Wool. I've said that so many times. But so I will eventually cast that hat on and knit it. And I hope to get 2. Like flip-flop the colors.
Oh, you may be able to.
Mm-hmm. So that's my plan with those. Just that's it. Oh, and I meant to say this when I was talking about the podcast, but you know, I just ramble on and then I forget where I'm going with it. But so if you watch us and you have a podcast, especially if it's just like a new one, or you know, you have smaller subscribers, like under 1,000, and you're hoping to reach that goal or your 500 goal or whatever it is, leave it in the comments below, and we'll give you a shout out and on an upcoming episode. Or if you have a podcast friend or someone that you like to watch, and you know, you want to mention them in the comments below, definitely let us know about them. Because, you know, there's always like the real big popular podcasters that everyone knows about and everybody talks about. And that's great. Like, I think that's wonderful. I think that the world is so big that there's enough people to watch every you know what I mean? Like, every podcast is going to have viewers. Like, it really isn't a competition. So, but, you know, for whatever the social media algorithms do, some people just don't get pushed out there. And then you may never know they're there, but they might be like your people. So anyway, that's the end of that. So thanks for watching us. And do you have anything else to say? No,
I don't have anything. Like, she's more of a talker than me, so she does talking.
I do talk a lot.
I don't know. I'm just here to show the knitting. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we will be back in 2 weeks with a regular episode, and actually,
by then the make along will be started.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or it'll be that starting that day.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it'll be right there.
Because we're recording this on the 28th, and it'll get posted on YouTube on the 1st, and then we'll record again on the.
Oh yeah, it would be the day of then. Huh? Whatever.
Yeah. So right around then. 2 weeks from March 1st.
Yes.
You will see us again. And the Scrappy Socks Mal starts on March 15th.
Yes.
So let us know in the comments if you're going to join us. All right. Take care. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.